why the Uganda Screenwriters Guild?
If we don't exist or if we don't write, then definitely there is no filmmaking.
It is very crucial for us to get training, most of the writers, because 90% of the people in the country are not really trained.
We want to equip writers.
Many of us have written or co-written several stories, and I cannot even put my hand up and say I was part of that team. You write a piece, give it to a producer, and you walk away. No pay, no credit.
We are the most marginalized group.
A screenplay which is copyrighted can be used as a collateral for someone to access funds. So we can only use spaces like the Guild and ask for such things to happen.
You know, AI is both a blessing and a curse.
It's a beautiful tool.
But I feel like it kills authenticity.
We are looking at creativity, originality of our own stories.
Welcome back to The Author's Mind. Today's episode is really special. We are stepping into the heart of Uganda's film industry. And in the studio with me today are amazing gentlemen, film directors, screenwriters, and members of the Uganda Screenwriters Guild. You're welcome to The Author's Mind, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Could you kindly introduce yourselves? Andrew, you could start.
Yeah, my name is Tumanyane Andrew. I'm a filmmaker. Generally, I'm a filmmaker, but I specialize in screenwriting. I do directing and production management. In the production management space, usually I've worked as a productions manager and an assistant director, both first and second.
Yes.
Yeah. I also hold other skills available to filmmaking, like editing, documentary filmmaking, cinematography, but specifically, if you asked me who are you, I would say that I'm a screenwriter. And currently I am serving with the Screenwriters Guild of Uganda as the national coordinator.
Oh, thank you so much. We love having you here.
Thank you so much.
And Mr. Diallo, could you tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Diallo Sechide. I'm privileged to be here. I would say also I'm a filmmaker, I'm a screenwriter, I'm a director. Most people have known me for being a film teacher because I'm also a lecturer of film. For the past, I think, like 4 or 5 years, I've been teaching fellow creatives and young people into film, and so many other dockets in terms of filmmaking. But I represent the Screenwriters Guild of Uganda in the capacity of the second deputy president here today.
We are honored to have you both on the podcast. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
So could you tell us why the Uganda Screenwriters Guild? I think I'll start with Andrew.
Why the Uganda Screenwriters Guild? We are in the times where there is demand for professionalism in this industry. Actually, we call it an industry, but out there they call it a sector.
Yes.
It is a sector in the arts industry. It is a sector that accommodates filmmakers in the arts industry. But we are saying that we must be recognized. We need to be seen as any other worker. Because we are workers, we are supposed to be paid. We are workers, we are supposed to earn. It is a profession, we have invested in this. We are not just passionate about what we do, we have also invested in it. An example of myself, I've gone to school to study screenwriting, to study directing. That was a lot of money spent. I have invested time in this. I'm so far about a decade doing filmmaking. And when you look at the track record of the works that I've done and the returns I have made, it is an embarrassment. And we are saying it is time to start earning from what we do. It is time to start being recognized as people who contribute to the national GDP. It's time to be seen as people who are responsible citizens, because we pay taxes, we pay everything, and we are existing. We are tired of living in the shadow, and that's why we are saying it's now that we should have a guild.
Yes, because according to statistics, when you're to do statistics about screenwriters, you don't really find too much information about it. Yeah. So could that also have inspired the opening of this
Definitely.
field?
It is one of the reasons why we are standing here and saying that we need a voice. Besides that, when you look at our sector, I'm sorry to call it a sector to those who respect it as an industry. When you look at our sector, we have segmentations of service. We have producers, we have directors, then we have cinematographers, we have everyone in the capacity that they do serve. But us, as the writers, we are the people that begin and end what the industry stands for, what the product of film is. If we don't exist or if we don't write, then definitely there is no filmmaking. You get my point? And now we are the most marginalized group in the entire industry. So you wonder if there is supposed to be a family. You're saying that we are supposed to have a family, but in the house you are not considering that there should be a mother, but you want to have children. Then we are not understanding what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you. So what do you think? Why did you start the guild?
So you asked why now?
Yes, why now?
My question is why not now? Honestly, there are many reasons why it should be now. One, the film industry globally has now become one of the fastest growing industries, and that happens also in Uganda. But then what is development without structures? So we look at ourselves and ask ourselves, do we really have a film industry? Like he has just highlighted, he called it a sector. I know for one reason, because you can't call an industry without structures.
Yes, you can't.
So one of the most fundamental reasons is to structure the entire film industry, and the only way we can do that is structuring bit by bit. Means if you have screenwriters, you need to structure them, your producers, directors, every section you have, and that's the core reason is to structure. Because globally, it's only when we structure that we can also tap into the global markets.
Yeah.
There are certain things you cannot do. For example, if you want to deal with Netflix and you don't have a structured industry, it will be hard for you to get such opportunities. So first was to structure. Then the other thing is, we do, like you've just mentioned, when you try to find out how many screenwriters you have, you might not even have any answer. There could be none, but there are so many people who are doing it. So that means you need to classify and identify who are those people who present themselves as writers. But more so, we have emerging writers and also passionate people who want to become writers.
Yes.
How do you bring them on board? All those are reasons. More so, the people who have been writing have not benefited in the writing. So it also calls for advocating and representing the people who are existing as screenwriters. A very case in point, today right now you cannot go to URSB and register your screenplay as you cannot copyright it.
Yes, you
because
can't.
as per the URSP Act, maybe they don't have that reservation right now. So we can only use spaces like the Guild to go and advocate and ask for such things to happen, because a screenplay which is copyrighted can be used as a collateral for someone to access funds. So without a copyright, that means as a writer you don't have anything. Finally, the crediting. Many of us have written or co-written several stories, and I cannot even put my hand up and say I was part of that team. You write a piece, give it to a producer, and you walk away. No pay, no credit, all for nothing. So those are some of the reasons.
Yes, because honestly speaking, among writers, screenwriters are not recognized
Absolutely.
as much. Even in film, most times it's the directors that are recognized.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that you guys are actually trying to merge it together and recognize them.
Absolutely.
Because the writers are there, they're just not having a platform for their work. So Andrew, could you tell us what personally, as the national coordinator for the Guild, what is your long-term vision for this Guild?
The long-term vision is that in the first place, what we are trying to do is to mobilize screenwriters in the first place.
Yes.
Because right now, one thing that I can confirm to you is that we don't know who a screenwriter is. Putting that aside, there has been a question. How do you enter the filmmaking industry? How? What is the gate? Who is at the gate actually? And what is the entrance? No one ever describes that and no one understands that. In the past, most of the people that I've known entering the industry have always come through the Film Club of Uganda. But which film club is that when they come in, it is known to a few, not everyone. students somewhere in different schools who are interested that after maybe senior 4, senior 6, they should not go to Makerere for any other course, but should maybe get a course into filmmaking. They don't know where to begin from. And we are saying, in the first place, what we are going to do is to open up the gate for people interested in filmmaking, people interested in screenwriting, and to identify and mobilize screenwriters to come on board and be a one body, a one voice, and become one. That is one mandate that we are availed to. Then the other thing is, we are looking at not only mobilizing these people, the guild has a plan of skilling. We want to equip writers, because writers are writers, but when you walk down the lane and you get to meet some of the writers that we're talking about, people write just a statement on the page and it is saying, Nakawunde and Sekaja are fighting. And that is an entire scene supposed to be covering 2.5 minutes. Someone has just a list of things to do on a page, just one page, and they are saying that is scene number 1, scene number 2, scene number 3, but that's not the structure how a screenplay should be. That's not how a scene should look like.
They do not have the knowledge on how to screenwrite.
Yes, how to screenwrite. Yes. And such kind of screenplays that we have in the industry are not competitive. They are not going to appease the producers, the international market. These are not syllables. You cannot make money out of mediocre done work.
And I completely agree with that point, because actually many writers, not only screenwriters, do not have the knowledge of writing. Definitely. Someone will just wake up with a story and say, okay, I think I can make something. Then they go and write. They have no editor, no publisher. So at the end of the day, we are getting work that is not quality. Yeah. And that's why we're not even being recognized internationally. Yeah. So the guild, is it trying to solve such an issue?
Yeah. We are putting up structures at this point. When we have visited you here,
yes,
we have visited when we are structuring and putting up tools that are going to help a filmmaker become what they are supposed to be.
Yes.
One of them is that we are putting up hubs which are going to be regional. We have set up regional systems where we have regional coordinators, but these regional coordinators are going to have offices and working spaces, which working spaces are supposed to accommodate screenwriters, where screenwriters come into those spaces, do brainstorming, do writing, do learning, everything concerning their docket. Because one of the challenges we are finding is that screenwriters are not equipped with the knowledge of screenwriting. Yeah. Myself inclusive, I am availed to some of the knowledge, yes, but I cannot confidently say that I am the most learned person that can ever exist in the industry. No. Yes. People need to learn. Yes, and we are saying, let us put up skill sets that are going to equip them.
Yes, because now you're a national coordinator, so it means you're going to go all over the country, not just Kampala. Yeah. Many times, as we're starting something for maybe this industry, this sector, most times we are only looking at Kampala people. Yet there are so many talented people all over the country. How are you going to merge those different people? To bring them together and say, you know what, this is all screenwriters in the whole of Uganda. You have people from the west, from West Nile, west, north, east, central, everyone. How are you going to unite all of them? Because some of them do not know about the guild. How are you going to let them know about it?
As I'm speaking right now,
yes,
I've told you we are putting up a structure, and amongst the structures that we are putting up is putting up regional coordinators.
Yeah.
So far we have 5 regions. Namely the Central Region, the Eastern Region, the Northern Uganda Region, the West Nile Region, and the West Uganda Region. So these regions, we have put their coordinators, which coordinators are supposed to mobilize filmmakers and amongst them spot out screenwriters by not just handpicking, but by interesting them, and also knowing those that are interested in screenwriting and bring them aboard to join the guild. So this guild is not just serving Kampala. It is not serving the National Theatre. It is not serving the downtown or the uptown. We are serving the entire nation. And we are saying that everyone is invited, provided you have an interest in screenwriting, you have an interest in filmmaking. This is your entry gate. That's why we have different categories. We have categories where we have an entry level, where we are saying, you are a person who has never written. You've never, there is a blank page, there is a pen. You've never filled a blank page with any ink. We are saying you are invited. Come and be with us. You are a student of film. Maybe you are studying filmmaking somewhere in a certain vocational school at Makerere or any university. But you have not yet ventured into the career of screenwriting. We are saying, come and be with us. You are just any other student, primary school, secondary school, whichever school that you are in, vocational, university. We are saying, come and join us. You are just someone, you are not the person. For example, people have retired from their jobs and now they are just home seated, bored. We are saying, don't be bored. Become a writer, become a screenwriter. You have lived life, you have seen a lot of things, you have lived the stories. It is your time now to become a writer. Come and do writing. So we are saying there is an entry point. Come and be with us. If you are inspired to be a screenwriter, a filmmaker, we have a point for you. We have an entry level for you. Then we have practitioners, people who are already practicing writing. An example of myself, an example of Mr. Diallo here.
Yes.
So we are saying, you are a professional, you are practicing writing on a daily. We need you to be with us. We need you to be here to guide the ones that are entering, because like I'm saying, we have beginners who are entering who do not know anything. But we believe that this is a platform. When you come in as a beginner, you are going to meet Diallo. Diallo has been in the industry looking for people to collaborate with. It is time that he's going to collaborate with you. And then you're going to become a pro like he is. So we have that point. We are saying that we have a level of literals, people who are maybe journalists like you. You're a journalist in this case right now.
Yes.
So if you can do a podcast about screenwriting, that means you're equipped with knowledge about writing. So we are saying, come and be a member, come be with us. We have people who are doing film journalism.
Lecturers.
We have lecturers. We have tutors. We have trainers. We have researchers. We are saying, let them come and join us under that category. We have a category of honorary. We know that before our existence, people have been writing.
Yes.
They have won accolades. Some of them have not actually got a chance to win accolades anywhere, but we know their works. We know how much contribution they have given to the industry. We know lecturers who have really served this industry in the lecture rooms, and their works never get out, because literally it is not, the works are not tangible, but they have contributed to the growth of this industry. And we are saying, you are honored, come and be with us. We have organizational entry point, where we are saying that organizations can come through and be with us, can come through and support this initiative of collecting filmmakers and working together and growth. So everyone has an entry point where they can come into the industry and can come and be part of the Screenwriters Guild.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So as you've all had it, we are all welcome. You want to learn how to write, you're already a writer, please guys, join the Screenwriters Guild. I think they'll give more details at the end of the podcast. Yes, so let me go to another amazing guest. What are the qualities for someone to join the Screenwriters Guild?
I think you might need to allow me to first maybe give some light about the training he highlighted.
Yes.
It is very crucial for us to get training, most of the writers, because 90% of the people in the country are not really trained professionally.
Yes.
So through those various categories, he mentioned the entry levels. We are classifying them so that when we start to organize our trainings, we don't want a beginner to attend a master's session. So the reason why we are having these entry points is depending on your level and knowledge, that's where we start now. It's a diagnosis of knowing this is at this level. And through the organizational membership, we are partnering with organizations like film schools. We have Kampala Film School, we have the likes of Media Vision, we have Proline. So we are looking, these are going to be spaces like Yenze Theatre Conservatory. These are spaces where we can partner and have different people who are interested in screenwriting be skilled in those spaces. So I think it's a very good approach where we can instill confidence in all those people who are interested, that when you come, be rest assured. Even internationally, we are planning to partner with so many other organizations that can help us empower our writers. Going back to your question, you asked that what are the qualities? Being a young industry, most of us join this industry with passion, not because we are maybe skilled by then, and that's at least for the first thing I could say. Passion is one thing you need when you have the passion to write. So there is no limit of what are the qualities as for now, because we are talking about a beginner. A beginner might be having zero knowledge about screenwriting, but they have the passion. So the thing is, you can come and try screenwriting. At some point, the journey might be hard, and I think I was in the wrong place. I need to go back and probably do maybe directing or hairdressing. It could be. So it's good to find yourself. So we are welcoming any person who says, I have the interest to do this. So that's the first qualification you need. There's no age limit. Like he said, when he mentioned old people, in the category of honorary, we have the researchers. What writers don't know, the writing does not happen when you do the final piece, mostly when you're using the writing softwares of Celtex, Final Draft, whatever it is. Actually, that is the easiest. It's the other part you can do. The hardest part is developing your story, which requires a lot of things, including research, story development, all that. So where best, for example, if you're writing about Bunyoro Kitara or Uganda Kingdom, why are you going to get all this information? But you might find an old person who has lived or done the research about your story that can provide this information. So our qualities, even someone who is knowledgeable, we are planning to partner with people. Let's say maybe Ham who has written a book, or Lamama Mbabazi, Honorable, any person who might have the knowledge that can empower, because stories are everywhere. We are going to tell our daily stories. My grandmother could be a member of the guild. Why? Maybe she has a story about the Bachwezi that I would be interested in. I could say, I'm just giving an example. Yes. So the qualities are basically simple. First is the interest and the desire for you to be a part of it. But you need also to have, how do I like it, the zeal. You need to have the need for you to put in the time. Of course, for the other writers, when we start classifying people, for example, you have professional writers, they will have to know. If someone approached us and say, I have a story that I want to write, I need someone who's professional, we can't hand you a beginner. Yes. So we will find the right people to do that kind of story. So the classification will depend on your skill and your level at the time of entrance. And everyone has the room to grow from a beginner to an expert. Is there any sort of fee you pay? As someone who is it's an amazing question that most people have asked. Apparently, for Screenwriting Guild, we don't have any fees to pay. All we want is for you to right now we want you to provide us with your details that include your name, your contact, which is a phone number, your email, your region where you are, and your level of expertise. Are you an entry? Are you an expert? Are you a researcher? Are you a journalist? Question is, why no fees? Because we are structuring and trying to create value. It is good that we first establish the value, then we shall give our members a reason why they need to pay the subscription. I'm not saying there will be no payment at all for the beginning, because we are trying to do actually identifying, structuring, diagnosing the sector to identify the people. We have said, let us not put any fees, so all we want is for you to join. Because if I asked you to join right now, the question would be asking me for 100,000, 50K. Why am I paying for an idea or for what? It does not really justify. It's a challenge to the guild. We need funds to facilitate that. But on the other hand, we are because we have done our mapping, and when you go to regions out of Kampala, it is economically challenged. Someone barely can afford school fees for 50K or 70K in a remote school. Yes. But they want to find an alternative for life, maybe through writing. And then you're asking 100K or 50K. It is an imbalance. So we thought, no, let us make it open. Maybe if that person writes a story that can pay them, they'll find a reason to say, now I can pay this. That's our thought. That's where we are looking at. And then there's this a narrative where you could say charge people in Kampala, but they will say, I'm a writer, you're charging me, why are you not charging someone in Koboko?
Yes.
So there is an imbalance. So to make it fair for the start, we said no fees, let us have everyone come. But with time, maybe after 6 months or after a year, and we've done our entire structuring, the database, and we've given reason to people to see the value of the guild, there will be a membership and a subscription.
I think that's very amazing, because first of all, it encourages young writers like us who are trying to maybe make something out of ourselves to say, okay, I think I have a place. And if you're watching us today and you do want to be a part of the Uganda Screenwriters Guild, please send a message on our comment section below. Let us know and let us get you into the system so that you can, get your writing on, become a professional writer, and also make some money at the side. Yeah, so I have a general question for both of you.
Yeah.
I want to join now the Uganda Screenwriters Guild. What are your core values?
Thank you for the question, and thank you for respecting protocol. It's about to fire this guy. But before I actually answer that, allow me to actually just spend a minute to tell you the hierarchy of our committee. I am not the president. I happen to be the second deputy president. Means in Uganda we say ndi number sato. So I'm number 3. So we have the first deputy president, who happens to be Mr. Ronnie Abraham Nkalubo, and we have the president, who is Mrs. Daphne Karema. Most people know her. And then we have our national coordinator. We have a secretary general, who happens to be Anita Loyo, who is at Media Vision as a co-founder, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have our finance director, who happens to be Madam Sisi Nalumansi, very well known about screenwriting from Sanyu and several other projects. And then we have different national coordinators. So that means we have a team of people who are learning on job, but they have experience in different aspects. So you asked about the core values.
Yes, core values.
The core values, they are very important, and these core values are not just theoretical, they're not on paper. These are things we are practicing. You find our core values in an abbreviation of RACES. Means the word RACES represents our core values. One, which is representation.
Yes.
So every writer needs to be represented, right? It means we need to create a voice where screenwriters can be heard about no pay or low pay, about no contract or a contract, about being molested on set or not, about being credited or not.
Basically the rights of
Absolutely.
every screenwriter needs to be.
As long as you're a member, you're going to be represented. So then we have advocacy, which is advocacy. We have talked about screenplays not being copyrighted. How are we going to achieve this if we don't have a common voice that can go to the government and demand for this? So this body, the Screenwriters Guild of Uganda, represents the writers to go and demand for such things. It also goes to things like, if you've had any challenges with your contract, with your producer, with your employer, we can provide maybe legal guidance or see how best you can be helped.
Yes.
So the other one is the culture and creativity. We are looking at creativity, originality of our own stories. You know how many cultures, how many tribes do we have? About 63, I think, 50 now. 56. It tells how diverse we are. Most of the stories that have been done in Kampala are mostly central based, and a few have been out, but there are so many stories in different regions of the country.
We are actually adding in more cultures because we have people coming from different countries.
Absolutely, we are going to start having new cultures.
Yeah, so we have Somalis.
We are intentional on representing the culture.
Yeah. I thought the guild was mainly for the Ugandans. Is it Africa wide?
What does it make you if you are living, staying, eating, and sleeping in Uganda for forever?
No, actually, to answer the question, you can become a Ugandan by registration. So do we have Ugandan communities, Indian communities that are Ugandan?
Yes, we do.
Are they Ugandan?
Yes, in case they're registered, and of course. But my question is, because there are different guilds in different countries concerning even this maybe this same subject. Yeah. So are you merging with them?
I think if I was an Indian living and sleeping in Uganda, I would find it so hard to be a guild member in Bollywood than it would be being a guild member in Uganda, when practically I'm doing my films in Uganda.
Yeah. So you're everyone, as long as you're a citizen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But also the question you asked about the global representation, we are now in a global world. You cannot confide your story and yourself in just who you are. The thing is who you are and what you represent to the world. So we are not closing ourselves to only that we are Ugandan. We want to tell a Ugandan story that can be relatable to someone all over the world.
Yes.
So that means, yes, we want to have a culture, but that can be sold all over. So the other...
Sorry for interrupting you.
Please.
Yes, I understand that fact, and I'm not refusing that. Of course, the stories are beyond what our boundaries. My question mainly is the members.
Yeah.
Must they be Ugandan, or they can be from other parts of
No, we
the
are
world?
not. First, if you are within the boundaries of Uganda, you qualify. But if someone is in Zambia and says, I want to join the Screenwriters Guild of Uganda, it might not make sense at that point. But if you're Ugandan living in the US, you definitely qualify to be.
Yes, because you're a citizen.
You're a citizen of Uganda. So that's, I mean, that's could be clear now.
Yes, okay.
So we've seen the C, then the E is excellency and integrity. I think excellence and integrity don't have to be explained that much, but it comes in form of the stories. Do our stories have excellency? Are they integral? For example, I've seen so many people do stories about certain cultures and tribes, and when that person say and actually watches their representation, it is not done excellently with integrity. And they keep on arguing and quarreling so much of how they've been misrepresented, and it's a very so we are saying we want to empower writers. When you're going to tackle a particular character, particular story, let it be with excellence and with give integrity to that particular subject that you're tackling. So
proper representation. Meanwhile, that is very true, because many writers, I've interviewed now a couple of writers, and they complain that other writers like misrepresenting Africa when in their writing. They put in the poverty, they bring in the negative things. Absolutely. The narrative of African stories is war, poverty, colonialism. Suffering, we don't have stories that are from our roots culture, understanding maybe this little girl who grew up maybe in wealth, let's say, a positive view. So I think it's amazing that you guys are actually adding that, because it's very important. If let's say the guild, you succeed at changing the face of Africa, then I think you've done a lot for us.
That's our intention.
Yes, you've done a lot. You can continue.
And then the last one is a strength. Strength is a summation of the unity that we are seeking. Yes. One of the reasons why we're actually here and making a lot of noise to have so many people on board. With one voice, we can't do anything. But we are saying we want every person. So through unity, we can tell one big voice and one good story. Like, it will be better when we have the strength in unity. So through races, we are representing the Screenwriters Guild, and those are our core values, which I think it's so that's amazing. Do you have any more values you feel like he has? Maybe, I know he's your boss, but
maybe to expand on the excellence and integrity.
Yes.
If today someone came out to want to hire a screenwriter, they wouldn't know if they would really trust that screenwriter with their story, or if that screenwriter would definitely deliver. But we are saying, if there is a track record, if there is a way you can track a writer, if there is a way you can affirm that this is a recommendable person, then you can hire them. Because writers are in existence, but how do they get deals? How do they get business? The Screenwriting Guild is a guild of, not the Screenwriting Guild, but the Screenwriting business is a business of a gig business. I've got a gig. It's a gig business. It's not
professional.
Yeah, I've woken up, I've put on a suit, I've walked out, and I'm going to work and come back like
9 to 5.
Yes, and we are saying, let's have screenwriters who can be identified in the first place, and after they are identified, their integrity is worth it. You can come wherever you have come from with your story and say, you know, I'm looking for a writer, and then they recommend Diallo, and Diallo writes for you, serves according to the terms agreed, and then that is a job done. And then the next job and the next job. But at this point, there is a possibility you're going to contract Andrew, and after you have contracted Andrew, he disappears. You don't know where to find him. Or else, he looks into this story and finds it benefiting him more than the money you're paying him. So he goes on and does that story in a different manner. And you lose everything. That is an intellectual property.
Yes.
And you see, when people add the two words intellectual property, they forget that the biggest word in it is the property.
True.
Value attached to it.
Yes.
It is a property. So you have lost your property. And we are saying, if we build capacity in our writers, they are disciplined in the first place. They are given what he has described as integrity and excellence. They are excellent. They are trustworthy. You can bank on these people. They know what they're doing. Yes. They are skilled. Definitely, this is going to be called an industry. This is going to be a sector of art that the country can be proud of. And these are going to be bankable writers. Yes.
I completely agree. We really do need that professional feel in writing, because even apart from even screenwriting, generally in writing, people believe it's just a side hustle, it's a gig thing, and yet you can actually make millions.
So people do it when they are tired, actually.
Yes. Or it's that little hustle money you're waiting for after you've gone for your 9 to 5. Actually, so what we are trying to do is make it a 9 to 5, but even, you know, to make it more interesting, so that at least you can wake up every day and say, I'm doing what I love.
Actually, talking about money, the government is planning to fund creatives through circles. Yes. And there's been lots of money that has been released and planned for the creatives. Let's talk about the film industry. And in the most amazing way, what has been suggested is that creatives like writers can use their IP, their intellectual property, or as collateral. Now, just imagine if you can write your script, have it copyrighted, and then you can use it to go and access money. It means now we need to put value to what we are writing, because now it can be recognized as a house, as a car, where you can access funding, not for you to go and eat or marry someone, but for you to execute the project or to do the creativity that you're meant to do. So it tells you how much, but these you can't achieve if you're not professional, if you've not structured yourself.
Yeah, I 100% agree to that, and I like that you people are incorporating that into our industry. Yes, so what benefits have joined and have understood the values and have appreciated them? So what benefits can I get as a member?
What benefits can you get as a member? The first thing is to be credited as an SGU member on screen. It is a milestone that really is not accorded to everyone. Yeah. That is one achievement. The second achievement is that we are talking about skilling. We are talking about writing hubs. When we are talking about skilling, the way you have heard us talk about it, we are saying that he gave figures. I don't know if the figures are right, that 90%. I don't know if that is the right percentage, but I would disagree. I would say that 99, because
I'm part of the 1%.
Yes, I believe that only just 1% could be qualifying to be called a writer, could be qualifying to be called a screenwriter.
True.
Because screenwriting is not like any other kind of writing where it is, let me have my story, there are a few structures that I have to follow, a few rules, and then the story is told. Because we have seen the rich misuse the word writing because they can hire an AI program and feed in little information, and it is a story, it's a novel, it's a book. The next day you get to hear they are at Africana launching the book, and you know. But here we are saying no. People need to be skilled. So when you join us, we are going to avail to you workshops, we are going to avail to you trainings, we are going to avail to you master classes and beginner classes.
Yes.
That means that you are going to get skilled. Then we are building up a website, which we are so far in the beginning stages of its construction. We are constructing, let me call it a construction. We are constructing a website.
Yes. Because
a website is a virtual office, but to us is a very big house. And we are putting up database. So every single detail that you're going to give us, whether it is your age, whether it is your expertise, whether it is your specialty, which genres are you good with, we are putting that information on that website so that you are recognizable and you can be seen by the market. Producers do not have to first have to call to Manyana and ask, Andrew, do you know of any writers that can write action? Information should be on the website.
Wow, I think that is something that is so amazing.
So if you are a writer, primarily you are getting these benefits. Then from that, you are getting into the network of all other creatives that you're working with, because the Screenwriters Guild is not working alone at this moment.
Yeah.
Yes, we have not been able to secure solid meetings with other guilds, but we are aiming for that, and we believe that we shall. So far, we have had a conversation with the the Costume Designers Guild, which we hope that if I'm a screenwriter right now, and I need to write maybe a piece about clothing, I need to write a piece about fashion and styling and stuff, these are the people that I can approach easily. Because if we create platforms where screenwriters easily network, then selling their products, selling what they have written is going to be very easier. One thing you must know actually is that most of the writers, not only screenwriters, but most writers who are naturally born writers, talented ones,
yes,
are introverts.
Yes, they are.
They are scared of spaces. They are not going to walk out and approach Diaro, who is a producer, and say, you see, I have my story, could you kind of look into it and what? And when you come in a vulnerable way, the producer misuses that, because the producer primarily is supposed to save money.
Yeah, that is
everything
true.
That they are going to be doing is to make sure that they save at least a penny of what they are doing. So when you come in a vulnerable way, they are definitely going to milk that and use it to their benefit. So, but when we put up networking, an opportunity for a screenwriter to sit in the same room with the producer, there is going to be room for them to speak, negotiate, talk about their story, and eventually this producer is going to buy their story. And even if it is not that way, on our website, we are looking forward to make sure that we have a way of putting up pitch decks where someone can come onto line, find a pitch deck of a certain screenplay someone is working on or writing, or an idea. Because a script should be sold at the idea level.
Yes, it should.
It shouldn't be until you have finished writing, because stories that require research, like he was mentioning, how do you do research without money? And who is supposed to pay for research? But when the idea is sold primarily when you just thought about it, you have sold it, and then someone is funding that, it is going to make your work easier. You're going to find peace in writing. It is going to be easier for you to come here and you say, you know, I would like to have space to write, because this is a very conducive space. But unless you have that, concentration to writing is going to be next to none. And thus you shall not deliver the right work that is supposed to be delivered. So the writers are going to benefit with workshops, the writing hubs, networks, a lot that is coming. And you can imagine we are at the beginning level right now. I believe in 5 to 10 years time, the benefits are going to be overwhelming.
You know, that's also another reason as to why I also open the author's mind. Because I know most writers are really introverts. They want to hide behind their work, yet they are brilliant people. By the time you took the time to write something, you're brilliant. So I love the fact that you want them to be known, you want them to be seen. You're creating networking opportunities for them, which is amazing. But I also heard you spoke of something concerning AI. You know, AI is I could say it's both a blessing and a curse.
It's a beautiful tool.
Because there are sometimes yes, it will help you do your work very fast, but I feel like it kills authenticity. How, as the guild, are you going to be able to solve such an issue?
Such a question would be so good to someone who does teaching.
Yes,
he's the teacher.
Yes.
He could teach us a lot today. And
I actually wanted to start with him because I want to hear what he has to say about this. Yes.
AI created issues in the US market when it came to writing, I think a few 2 years ago, right? Because the producers thought they would probably hire AI to go and do the work for them.
True.
This is a question that was presented to us yesterday as well. It was very interesting that we might get people who will present us work that has been written by AI and compromise what we probably stand for. It's very true. But how are we going to curb this? AI is an amazing tool. I'm already using AI. But then it is only when you know how to create that you only use AI as a tool. The reason why we are classifying our members is that it is catastrophic for us to have beginners introduced to AI in just writing. Our intention as screenwriters, as the guild, is to first have our writers understand the basics and the principles of writing. So when you already know how to structure your story, develop your stories, AI can only be used in formatting, not for thinking. Because when you prompt AI to think, mostly when it comes to Africa, AI depends on a database that it's been fed. That's the fact. It will not give you something that it has no idea about. Somewhere it will search anywhere, anything. But if you're telling a story about a lake in Rukunjiri, or probably a myth in Rukunjiri that has not been documented on the digital space, and you're writing that story and you prompt AI, it is going to go to something that looks like your question or your prompt in Zimbabwe or somewhere that has been written in South Sudan, and it will give you those results. The facts will be completely out of context in reference to what you're writing. So our intention through the skilling and the training is to show our writers that no, you do the thinking, AI will only help you put together what you have thought of. Don't let AI think for you. Mostly with Africa, I believe AI can slightly excel in the West, where lots of context has already been put on the digital spaces.
Yes.
But in our space, I think there is so much that we need to wait along to even 50% rely on AI. It's an amazing tool, but only and only when you're a thinker.
So you're telling me I cannot go to, let's say, ChatGPT and put maybe an idea, and then it breaks it down for me and it will come out original.
I could chip in and maybe give an example. I've been writing a story closing out 2 years because it required a lot of research, and this story is about incest amongst the Banyankole people. And when you go to the internet to look for information about how Banyankole practice love, how the Banyankole practice love, how do they entice a woman, that information is not there. I don't know if the podcast will allow the Uganda here, but the kukwana, the wooing of a woman in an African nature is not there. What is on the internet is write a text message, then the girl smiles back, sends you an emoji, and that is love. But is that the kind of love the Banyankole are practicing? Banyankole are only in the farms, not even the farms, the bushes. That's why they are rearing their animals. So when you look at what AI can provide you in concern to incest that is being practiced amongst the Banyankole, that information cannot be given to you. And even if they do try to give you information, it is not going to be authentic. That is one thing. Now, AI is a very beautiful tool, but only beautiful to a sane mind, a brain that is strong enough to use AI. I personally do script analysis and doctoring. I've received a number of scripts, but I can tell you that most of the scripts that have come to my direction after reading them, not after, because sometimes I even fail to read the script to completion. I read maybe about 10 pages, 15 pages, and when you interact with the writer himself doesn't know what has been written in the script.
Wow.
AI, screenwriting actually, film, let me specifically say film. Film is about real life. It's not a gamble. It's not about fiction. Yes, it is fiction, but it's about real life. It's about things that people live every day. And this is a business of emotions. Film is a business of emotions. We sell emotions. We sell nothing else.
How much emotion can you evoke?
But AI is not emotional. AI does not have a heart. AI
purchases emotions.
Okay, I'm speaking.
You get my point? I don't know if I'm really digging into your understanding.
You're digging into it, but I'm speaking from this point of, yes, you're smart enough to know that if I put this story into AI, it may not give me everything accurate, but it will do most of the work for me. So all I will do is come back and re-edit things that it has not done.
That's agreeable. That's what I actually mentioned. I told you, to a person who has reached that level, to know what is wrong and what is right. If you have the conscious of what you're writing about, it is okay to prompt AI to give you a startup, to give you a structure, to give you a dimension. Then you will edit according to the facts that you are aware of. But it comes to a person, now a beginner who has no idea how to come up with a story. Actually, because what are you going to prompt AI to give you? That's going to be the challenge. If you prompt AI right, you'll get the best results. But even the question you put to AI will determine the output you get. So it gets to a point at what level of understanding are you at. And the beauty about AI now, I would say, what gives me confidence, even the softwares that we are writing, we are using, at some point you don't even need to go to ChatGPT. The software themselves have been incorporated with AI. As you're using it to write your story, it has AI elements that are also easing your work in prompting certain elements. So that means already AI is applicable. Even Google, you see these days, when you prompt Google and ask for something, it will give you the AI version. Then below it will give you the researched facts that have been existing. So it tells you that the only problem is at what level of understanding your story of writing are you at, because it's going to determine the prompt that you will give AI. But AI is a good...
So you guys encourage the use of it.
That's where we are headed. You can't run away from the future.
Most creatives would say it's not... It's a vice, that it's killing maybe authenticity, but it's nice that you people are open-minded to the fact that maybe we can add it and incorporate it into our
If I can tell you something, there is a time people were using film to shoot. And when digital cameras came in, there was a strike. They were against digital cameras. They said that one is going to kill us. But today...
the data will disappear.
The data will disappear if you use the others.
The digital, because the frame is physical. You can keep it and see it with your eyes.
So every time technology is evolving, we as humans must stand to accept what has come and learn how to work with it. You get the point?
Yes.
So I am sure there are people who fought computers. But now there is nothing you can do without a computer. Even farming, where you need a hoe and a farmer, at the end of the day you need a computer.
Actually, AI now, right now, is also for economies like the African industry, is going to also make it easy for low budget productions. I'll give you an example when it comes to animation. Animation has been extremely expensive when you're going to do. Right now, the technology that has come, is it called V or something? There is a software that has come that after writing your story, you can throw it in there and then it will generate the animated, version of your story. So imagine how many millions you're going to cut short with something that is giving you exactly something that almost, if it's paid, you can even have 4K version or 3D versions. So as creatives, you actually need to think even ahead and say, how do we sync with the technology and the AI? We need to think about it.
Okay. So I know the issue concerning AI is still debatable in so many platforms, but it's nice to understand it from this perspective as well. So could you also, because I believe now as the guild, you guys have programs and projects that you're working towards. So as the year is ending and maybe next year is beginning, could you talk about some of the projects maybe you're doing right now, you're planning to start or you've started?
Yeah, we began this guild around May.
Yes.
So you can see that our existence has not been so long, and we've been trying to chase on the paperwork to legitimize who we are.
Yes.
So we are done with the registration, right?
Yeah, we're fully registered.
We are a fully registered guild right now, incorporated, and we are now collecting data. We are trying to mobilize filmmakers, aspirants, and those feeling that they should be included into this guild to come aboard. And that is one of the biggest tasks that we have found on ground and that we are trying to do. Looking further, we are looking at establishing hubs and having master classes and beginner classes, and also workshops, because like I've told you that we are in a stage of data collection. We want to meet filmmakers and inquire from them, because as much as we are trying to establish this guild, there is a lot we also need to learn from the filmmakers themselves.
Yes.
So we need to know what are the challenges that they are going through, what are their wish, what do they wish for, what do they want, what are their needs in particular. So when we have these spaces and engagements and conversations, one of them being this one, we believe that as much as the voice reaches where it is supposed to go and the information is communicated very well and delivered and received the way it has been communicated with the aim that we intend, we believe that it is a very great job that we are trying to do. And looking forward, looking at the writing hubs that we're trying to establish regionally, we believe that in not a long time, not a long time, we shall be having a lot of things that we shall have already accomplished. Yeah, maybe you could
also add on to
talking about the specifics of what we are working on as events and program.
Yes.
The classification of the database that he's talking about, we have already established our regions: Central, Eastern, Northern, West Nile, and also Western. Once we have identified who are the writers there and how many they earn, what are their levels, we're actually planning a 1-week physical workshop in those different regions.
Okay.
That program was supposed to happen this month or next month, depending on after we have gathered the database, but unfortunately we have not gotten enough of what we're looking for. So we are anticipating by the end of this year we'll have confirmed of the numbers and the specifics of those people who are available in various regions, and come January we are on a campaign to go to these regions and conduct that 1-week workshop. This will entail identifying exactly, if someone said I'm a beginner, they're a beginner, and also trying to show them what the guild is all about, and also giving them beginner tools of who you need to be as a writer, and also establishing our hubs. So that's one program that's going to run at the beginning, and that's why we're saying any person who is watching this, please anticipate. If you're part of the guild anywhere in these regions, please be anticipating. We are coming to have this started. But also there is a big one. The guild has started and we've been moving around just talking about the guild. In Uganda we are party animals. We need a party to welcome each and every person. So the guild is actually planning a mega launch. It will be at the beginning of next year. A date is yet to be confirmed. This guild is, I think it's the first we are going to drag these introverts out of their houses and we want them to come and celebrate themselves being writers, but also to understand this guild. We are planning actually so many things, bringing all the people who could be book writers, because we are like cousins.
Yes, we are.
Because we adopt your books and turn them into screenplays. So we want to actually have this mega launch that incorporates all these categories that we have mentioned, so that people understand the vehicle has started moving. Amidst other things, these are the specifics we can guarantee. But like he has said, we are already incorporated, so we are certified. We are establishing an office, which we are going to mention very soon. Before the end of this year, we shall have a physical office in the central metropolitan region in Kampala. And this will also turn into a hub we expect to have computers and software. We do not talk about software.
Yeah.
A space where we believe any writer, if you don't have a laptop, you have a laptop, and you wish to just come and write from there, you will have paid software where you can come and have even consult with expert writers.
Honestly, I feel like this is what writers have always needed, but we're just waiting for some sort of saving grace. We are so grateful that you guys are in the community. You're really showing up for us. And
there is a saying that recently came to my mind that if you want to know how hunger really can hurt,
yes,
if you have not starved before, become a writer. But that is a narrative that I believe with you joining the Screenwriters Guild, it is a problem solved.
Yes,
because we are saying that a problem shared is a problem solved. And us having a joint force working together and networking together, we get to know, we get to make informed decisions of what should be right for us and what should be right for every other writer that has not yet joined us. So we are saying you are invited to come and join us.
Yes.
You are invited to come and become a screenwriter, because screenwriting is for everyone. Screenplay is the mother of the product that filmmaking provides.
It's the blueprint.
Yes,
so before we walk into a cinema, there should have been a screenwriter. So we are saying, come be with us, come join us, come be a filmmaker, come be a screenwriter.
Yeah, and I think to add on to what you've said before he says something, as a creative, so many times we think our talents cannot make us money. This is your opportunity. You're a writer, come and make some money and, become something big. Yeah, so Mr. Diallo, please give us some final remarks.
Since Mr. Andrew is quoting, I'll also quote someone said that if you don't like what someone has written, please write yourself.
Yes, true.
What I want to tell the people who are watching, or anyone who will come across this video, the people representing the Screenwriting Guild of Uganda are not the best writers, and we are not in these positions because we are the best writers, and we are not in the positions because we are the best leaders there could be. We are here because there was a void and we took the responsibility. And the reason why we are making all these calls is to come and ask all of you to be a part of us so that you can guide and we build this together. It's a learning curve for all of us, but we have taken the responsibility and we want you to come and be our support partners as members. So don't say, I will not join because I don't trust Andrew's screenwriting skills. We did not hire him because of that, but because of his need and responsibility that I decided to take. And that's what I want to communicate first. Yeah. And then finally, I want to say that to me, writing is the hardest puzzle when it comes to filmmaking. Once writing has been done right, everything will go on right. The reason why our film industry has so many questions locally and globally, people always say, as a storyteller, is because of how writers are packaged.
Yeah.
We don't blame them. That's the best, probably what they can do for now, or maybe their stories have been misinterpreted by the executioners, but we need to bridge those gaps. Can we empower the screenwriters, or can we, through our collaborations, we're also going to help these other people who deal with scripts? How do you interpret what we write? Can you understand the writer's mind?
Yes, the actors,
the directors, because so many directors rewrite their own scripts on set, and the writer will complain like, that's not what I wrote.
Yes.
So how do we bridge the gap between the director understanding? I am a director and a writer. I've attended acting classes because I want to understand how does an actor think, what is in the world of acting.
Yeah.
So through collaboration, we are going to bridge the gap, and finally we'll have a final output, final message. How do you join? We would have said all this, but someone said, these people said so much, we did not know. How do I join?
Yes.
At the moment, please check all our social media platforms. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, X, please go to the inbox. Type in your name, your email, your phone number, probably your region, and your level of expertise in screenwriting. I guarantee you someone will pick them, and you receive an email welcoming you and telling you anything about the guild.
Yes.
For now, that is what is happening. In future, in the very near future, we shall have a website where we have a direct link for registration. But for now, please use all our social media platforms, provide those details, and you will be a member of this amazing platform. You're going to become rich because we start the business of film.
Yes.
Thank you for hosting us. It's been an amazing
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate
I loved having you here. In case you have any questions for these two amazing gentlemen, or even for the Uganda Screenwriters Guild, please leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow their pages, guys. I'm telling you this, many writers come here complaining, saying they don't have opportunities. There is an opportunity here. Please go and register, be a part of something beautiful. I know for a fact you're going to benefit, and eventually you'll also tell stories about it. Yes, do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at 25 Authors Mind. My name is Jenny, and this is the Author's Mind.